Cast off!
The captain yelled, and the big ship slid silently away from the dock. When the boat had cleared the port, he called out again, ordering his men to pull up the sail. The wind rippled through the folds of the mainsail as it was raised on the mast. The ship started forward. With his hand on the wheel, the captain turned the ship westward.
To Spain!
He hollered, thrusting his fist into the cool daylight air. To Spain! To Spain! The crew shouted back. Everyone on the deck watching the land disappear as the boat headed out to sea. Everyone, that is, but one man who was still fast asleep in the belly of the ship. He was a traveler who had paid his fare and boarded the ship the day before. The crew hadn't paid much attention except to note that he looked more like an old man than a sailor. By midday, clouds began forming to the north. The winds were worse than the clouds, whipping first in one direction, then the other, becoming more frenzied as time went on. Soon, waves came crashing across the deck. Several hours.
Parece la combi de acá.
Fought its way through the angry waters, wave by wave, as the storm grew worse. Before long, it didn't matter if the voyage would prove a success. To keep from sinking, the captain ordered all the cargo to be thrown overboard. Terrified, sailors call out to their gods for mercy. But the storm shrieked all the louder. Hearing that a stranger was sleeping in the bottom of the ship, the captain himself paid a visit.
How can you sleep?
He shouted.
Call out to your God! Maybe he can save us! So we will die!
Wondering if this terrible storm might be a God's punishment of someone on board, the sailors called to everyone. Let's draw straws. Why? To find out who is responsible for the storm. They said, the straw fell on the stranger. Who are you? Who are you? What do you do? Where do you come from? What people are you? Their panic questions came pouring out.
My name is Jonah. I am a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, God of heaven, who made the sea and the land. I am a prophet, and have disobeyed God.
Jonah winked at what he had just said.
I am running from him.
The sailors were horrified. Then what should we do to you to make the sea calm down for us?
Take me out, throw me into the sea,
Jonah replied.
and it will become calm.
Okay.
Now, not wanting to murder the man, the sailors grabbed oar, attempting to bring the ship around towards land. But it was no good. No matter how hard they struggled, the winds were a wall they could not sail.
Oh Lord, please do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man, for you, O Lord, have done as you please.
Then picking up Jonah by his hand and feet. They threw him overboard. Man overboard. Already soaked from the storm, Jonah hardly felt himself strike the water's surface. Below his breath, as his body sinks through the turbid waters, his mind shouting back, "Oh, merciful Lord, forgive me, save me." Below the surface, something threw itself around him from behind. And instead, Jonah felt himself being drawn down a fleshy pathway and into a small area. He opened his mouth and gulped in air, glad and amazed to be alive. But then it dawned on him. He was inside the stomach of a big fish. Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Plenty of time to think about the circumstances that had landed him there.